Alright, what's up everybody? Uh, got a bunch of stuff to unbox today. I'm actually pretty stoked. Been waiting on everything to come in. Move, Axel. There's not enough room in here for you, buddy. Got the room packed in here because I've got the fold-up table out to give me more space because I'm still currently working on my personal PC. Actually, just got this in. I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't ask them to do my logo in the silver theme like that, but I'm glad they did. I think it's like really cool. But it's kind of a promo thing. I got it for $5 just for like a sample type deal. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of playing around with ideas still. You know, I've got the hat, all this stuff. I've just kind of gotten really good little promotional deals where I'll get the stuff for like an entry fee, just trying to get me to do a bulk order. But I don't know. I might end up doing a bulk order eventually, and you know, if nothing else, just give them to friends and family as gifts or whatever. But I'd like to, you know, come up with like a tumbler or a hat or something that I could give with the PC that people might actually want. You know, because I think my little buddy at work has actually come up with a really cool logo. I like it a lot anyway, personally. But anyway, I got a bunch of stuff for you guys today. Bunch of stuff to unbox. It's all been coming in a couple items at a time. It's been killing me waiting for everything to come in because I wanted to wait until I got everything and then do an unboxing because I personally love unboxing videos. I'm like excited for other people when I watch them. So I don't know. I thought I'd just save all the items and when they came in, just do one big unboxing because today is July 14th. So as everybody knows, Amazon Prime Day was the 8th through the 11th. A lot of that stuff is kind of gimmicky, like it's not really, it's kind of a mark it up, mark it down, call it a sell. But some of it is actually a decent deal sometimes. I'm not saying like I would wait around for Amazon Prime Day and just spend all your money. You know, if you don't need it, don't buy it. But I kind of went crazy and you know, I'm building out a workbench too, as well as doing my personal PC. And I'm trying not to show everything because it's coming really soon. I've got my PC built, went to boot, and already had an issue. That would be my luck. I actually called it. I was like, watch all this older hardware, used hardware I used doing like budget builds and PC builds intended to flip. I've been super fortunate so far. I haven't had one item, knock on wood, not one component has failed on me yet. Like, even though a lot of the stuff I'm working with is used or older hardware. And I was like, watch my PC that's composed of all brand new parts, and you know, most of it is top of the line, brand new stuff. Watch it be the one that ends up giving me issues or having a failed component. But I'm having issues with the Lee and Lee wireless fans, I think is what the deal is, because I've got 10 fans in there, not a one of them turned on, which is not a good look considering the very last video I posted was a short of me cutting one of the fans with the bandsaw. But in my defense, uh, I've seen 2 or 3 other videos of people doing that, and I really wanted that fan to fit in the case, and that was the only way. It was just like a millimeter or two too thick. But I did get the fan to fit finally, and hopefully it still works because it's one of the ones with the LCD screen in it. So I did spend like $50 on that fan. But anyway, enough of my yakking. Let's get to it because I've got a ton of stuff to unbox, and I'm super excited. So I don't even know where to start, man. I've like under this table, I have a giant pile of stuff to unbox. I think I'll start with the backpack. Since this is already in my hand, this is a bunch of HDMI adapters which you'll see the reason for here in just a second. But what it is micro and mini HDMI adapters. It's got like, I think there's 7 of them in total, and it's got like right angle adapters. Some of them aren't even switching to mini or micro HDMI. It's just, you know, a adapter like this. This is still HDMI on both ends, but it's just a right angle adapter. This one's like a little T adapter where it's got like micro on one side, mini on the other, and a female regular HDMI. I don't know, it's cheap. I think I paid like $6 for it. So little adapters like this are pretty handy. I'm sure they'll all come in use eventually. I've actually got a whole drawer dedicated to adapters now at this point, like micro, or not micro, but USB A to C or C to A. Adapters like that, you never know when you're going to need them. Most of those have just came with like a phone or some accessory I bought. But anyway, that's kind of boring, just adapters. But I needed them because, let's see if I can get to it. We'll skip right to it. But I got a Raspberry Pi in the works. Raspberry Pi 5 to be specific. Pretty excited about this little guy. Been watching a lot of videos. I've always wanted to play around with one of these. And I'm glad I waited because the 5 is the best one yet. It's actually, it's an SBC, single board computer is what that stands for. It's got everything on one single board, just like the name infers. Your RAM, your CPU, your GPU, everything is all on this tiny little motherboard. But that's why I needed the micro or the mini HDMI. I've actually never had to use micro or mini HDMI for anything, so that was all new to me. I went ahead and just got that kit when I found it. Yeah, it's all just on one tiny little board. I just think they're really neat. If you've never heard of them, there's a ton of uses for them. I mean, people have gotten really, really creative for them. Like, just for sheer entertainment, I would recommend looking them up because people have done some really, really neat creative things with them. And they're probably already in something that you use or have used or seen in everyday life, and you just don't know it because they're in a ton of stuff. Remote controlled cars. I can't think of any great examples right now, but it can be used as a desktop. Now, it's not gonna be a supercomputer or, beat your desktop. Like it is all crammed on this tiny little board, but for how small it is, it's very impressive what all it can do. It is, I think it originally came from Linux because Raspberry Pi comes from a distro that was Raspberry something. And they were originally created to help kids like learn computer science. It's kind of an entry level, just a tinkering type deal. And people have just, as they do, got a hold of it and started doing all kinds of crazy stuff with it. What I'm going to do is make an emulator with it. Shout out Toasty Bros. I saw this on Toasty Bros originally, where they made a retro game emulator. And I can't get to that part right now. It's way down in there. But on Amazon, they found a micro SD card, which is what this thing takes, by the way. They do have what they call hats, different attachments that go to it to where you can put an actual M.2 SSD on here or a SATA SSD. But originally they operate off of a micro SD card, which on Amazon, you can find a micro SD card that was $55, I believe. I saw it on Toasty Bros, and it comes preloaded with 12,000 games. I think it goes all the way up to PS2 is where it starts kind of having a little bit of trouble running some of the higher intensity games. But yeah, it's 12,000 games pre-installed. All you got to do is pop it in. It also comes with the OS pre-installed. It's actually a Raspberry Pi branded micro SD card, if I remember correctly. But the board itself, this is the 8 GB variant, is like right at $100. They make it in a 4 GB, an 8 GB, and a 16 GB, which the 16 is kind of, I don't think I'll ever utilize that much RAM for what I'm doing with it, so it just seemed like kind of a waste of money. But I also got, because it just comes with the board, you still have to buy, they have kits where you can kind of get everything you need, but I just kind of bought the stuff I wanted because I kind of wanted to do my own thing. The power supply is just a little Type-C wall plug. I believe I paid $12.99 for this. It won't, if I'm understanding correctly, it won't just take any, like if you think, oh, I got a Type-C power adapter laying around, it won't take just anything. So it's recommended that you actually get one that does specify it's for a Raspberry Pi. But yeah, the cruise is coming up. I've talked about it in recent videos. My wife booked a cruise. I told her that I didn't really want to do more than 3 to 5 days ever again. This will be my third cruise, and I'll say they're not for everybody, man. Like, I didn't want to do 7 days because after a few days, you're ready to get off that boat. Like, it's fun when you port wherever you're going and get to get off the boat and you're in a different country, you're on vacation. It's great. But when you're just on the boat, if you're not a gambler and you're not alcoholic, it gets kind of boring, in my opinion. Like, after, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but after about 3 days, I'm ready to get the hell off that boat. So this go around, like I said, this is my third one. I'm trying to prepare so that I'm not going to get bored, because the only thing they had available was another 7-day cruise. So I'm going to make the best of it. And that's kind of why I wanted to create this retro game emulator, because this will give me something to do. Because, I mean, there's entertainment on the boat, but I don't know, man. You can't really, like, there's not any regular TV. You're out in the middle of the ocean. What movies they do have, there's like 3 or 4 movies they'll have playing, but they kind of play in a loop. So once you've seen them, you've seen everything they have to offer. But yeah, I just think 12,000 games, that'll give me something to do for sure. Take me back too, because I'm getting a little age on me now, guys. I'm 38, so all those games are my childhood, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, which it should have all of that. And it should be, when I watch Toasty Bros video, it should be categorized where it has every different system. Like light guns even have their own category, like the arcade light gun games, and all the way down from like Atari, Commodore 64. And it should, like, some of them even have a nice border around them. Like, I don't know. I think it's going to be really neat. I've always wanted to mess around with them, so I'm really excited about this. I got to get my personal PC up and running so I can get back to business and start building flips to make some money to cover all this crap I've ordered. But this is kind of boring. This is just DisplayPort, the HDMI adapter. Yeah, we got to get back to making some flips. We got to make some money, guys, because I've spent quite a bit of money on Prime Day. This is, man, screwdrivers, or before I started building computers, a screwdriver was just a tool. It's just a screwdriver. which, don't get me wrong, it is still just a tool, but man, screwdrivers, like anybody that builds computers can definitely back me on this. A screwdriver is just something different when you start building PCs, man. Good screwdrivers hit the spot. Like, I've become obsessed. Like, my family and friends are like, dude, how many screwdrivers do you need? And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, having great screwdrivers around is cool. Like, they're going to get used, I promise. This one, I've never had a T-handle one. I thought it was really neat. It was only 12 bucks. It's an Amazon Basics brand, but it's a ratcheting screwdriver. I've never had that T-handle. Really feel like you could bear down on something really good with that. And it's red and black, which is the theme of my build, which I also carried over in my workbench, which is really easy to do. Amazon Basics stuff a lot of time is red and black. Milwaukee is red and black. Craftsman's red and black. Snap-on. I just bought this little mini toolbox, red and black. It's US General. So, yeah, it's like not too hard to do. Like finding good tools in the red and black theme. But yeah, it's more of a ratchet than a screwdriver. It does have the screwdriver bits, but that's why I went ahead and bought it, because I was like, well, it'd be good to have a small ratchet around as well. Just thought it was neat. For 12 bucks, I snagged it. So that'll fit right in with the collection. And my workbench, I'm building out simultaneously, like with my actual PC. So I'm trying not to show you guys too much, because I'm really excited to show y'all whenever I get done. Like, I've got this thing kitted out where I should have everything I need. Like, this is my little slice of heaven right here. This little half of a room here. Man, it's my escape from the world. I work a lot and I really enjoy tinkering, and like I've spoke many times on the channel, I started on the kitchen table, just wherever I could find space to build and tinker, and to have my own space and to be this fancy and the pegboard with all my tools. Like, I am just super, super appreciative and grateful that I've been able to do this. Like, I'm really, really happy with I'm glad I've taken my time. I know it seems like I've been talking about this forever, every video, but I'm taking my time with it because it's really important to me. So I think I've done a good job, if I'd say so myself. Anyway, back to the unboxing. Again, The Cruise, Something to Do. This is a Jordan B. Peterson book, We Who Wrestle with God. Thought I'd find some good reading material for the boat. I'm a big fan of Jordan B. Peterson. I like the guy. I think he's very well spoken. He's also rather controversial, so if you don't like him, hey, to each his own. This is actually more pegboard. I need to get a, I don't know what you call them, the little bins with all the tiny drawers for like small parts and hardware. I'd like to get one of those, and probably gonna have to put it on the wall. That's where this one's gonna go. It's got 4 panels that are all like 1 by 1. So 4 times this is how big it's going to be. I think I'm going to put it right there on that wall, because once I put my monitors on my pegboard, I immediately ran out of room. I don't have very much space at all to hang tools. And like, I also wanted to, I still might get another small pegboard, because all this stuff is practical use, but I kind of wanted to do a pegboard and have the background, like just fun stuff, like old graphics cards and aesthetic stuff like that, not just tools. So that'll be cool once I get that up. Places to put this stuff. Let's see here. Any addresses I slip up and leave on here, that's the address to my work, so I'm not actually doxing myself. This is the SD card. I wrapped it in a tray we would wrap meat in at work because it's so small, I was scared I was going to lose it. But yeah, it's actually got the Raspberry Pi branding on it. It's 128 gig. But yeah, I paid 55 bucks for it, and Toasty Bros, whenever they got theirs in, it said 12,000 on the listing, 12,000 games, but his ended up having 19,000 games on it, which is insane. I didn't even know there was that many retro games. And mine kind of says the same thing. So this card has extra bonus games, but it's also got your OS on there, so you should be able to just build this thing, pop this in, and you're ready to go. Should be pretty easy to do. It's actually like if you really wanted to go bare bones, you could just buy the board, which is $100. I think you can get the Raspberry Pi 4 or the lesser RAM version for as low as like 60 bucks. But you need a cooler to put on it, which is like $5, $5 to $10 for a little cooler. And then you can kind of run it bare bones, or you can 3D print a case. There's a ton of anything you can dream up. They've already got a case for it. Like I almost went with a Nintendo 64 looking little case that had the clear, transparent, like aqua green look to it. I almost went with that, but I ended up not. But anyway, yeah, all you need is the board, a power supply, and a little fan and an SD card, and you're up and running. But you guys know me, I took it further than that. And where's it at? Well, I don't know. It's got to be in here, I guess. I bought a case for it. It's the Pyron Man 5. Also got a PlayStation 1 controller. Like, man, that is just a blast from the past right there. Like 20 bucks for that. You can use a mouse and keyboard, but I wanted the controller experience for those older games like Nintendo games and stuff. But yeah, here it is. So I went with the extreme version here. It's Pyro Man 5. It's actually got a little LCD screen, 2 fans, and a little tower cooler. And this one is going to be kind of hard to put together as far as, man, all these tiny little screws and stuff. You're building a computer just very micro. I think I paid $79.99 for this. And it is just the cutest little computer. Like, look at the fan. The fan's called an ice cube. It's tiny. I don't know, what is that, like a 8mm fan? But yeah, it's got a little LCD screen on it. This one actually gives you more I/O. Like, it's already got the cutouts. Like from the I/O you normally have, it like converts it to expand your I/O, where you have more options, where you actually have a full HDMI, 2 of them actually, and puts an actual power button on here. There's your tiny little wrench. Man, this thing, I actually thought about saving it for the cruise where I could like build a PC on vacation. Like I thought that'd be cool content. But then I was like, nah, probably shouldn't do that. They'll probably think I'm trying to bring a bomb or something. So I doubt that would make it past security. So I'm going to build it before I go on the cruise. But I can't wait to tinker with this thing. I mean, just setting up or whatever, that's the entire computer. That's crazy. But it'll look just like a little gaming computer with RGB and everything. So that's going to be really fun. Not to mention all those old games like that take you back. I actually bought the kids little emulators already a few years back. I got the boy Super Nintendo, and I got the girl a regular Nintendo where it has like, they only have like 12 or 15 of like the greatest hit games. You know, all your best ones, Mario and Donkey Kong, Zelda. But I wanted to do this because, I mean, it's just, where's the fun in the other one? You just turn it on, plug and play. Let me get this put up. And of course, I'll probably be, I don't know if I'm going to make content out of this or not. This is probably going to be pretty frustrating to build given how tiny it is and I don't know what I'm doing. So it could turn into a really long video. But that's the Raspberry Pi 5. This video is going to be forever, as usual. So I need to probably try to speed this up a little bit. So all in all, I've got about $200 in my Raspberry Pi build. You know, $12.99 for the power supply, $100 for the Raspberry Pi itself, and $79.99 I think is what I paid for the case. But the case comes with a cooler, the fans, and I can put an actual full size, like a full size M.2 SSD with this case. So that'll make the system a little snappier. I don't think it supports anything past like Gen 2 or something like that. So I wouldn't waste your money on getting like a Gen 4 or Gen 5 drive. Get some stuff out of the way here. Make room for the next items. And I'm already leaving stuff out. That's how I lose things. This is kind of an end-all flash drive. It's usually $30. This was actually a pretty good Prime deal. If I can get it open. But it's a USB drive where it has Type-C. Anchor makes it, by the way. They're usually $29.99. They were on sale for $16. But it's got Type-C on one end. I recently had to mess around with the Steam Deck for my brother, and all it has is Type-C, so I had to buy a flash drive with Type-C just so I can install the OS on it. I didn't think about it at the time that I could have used some kind of dongle, but this way I'm covered no matter what. It's got Type-C on one end, you know, your standard Type A on the other end, which actually looks like it's 3.2 because it's blue, so that's cool. And it's got a SD card or micro SD card reader. So no matter what you got, this thing should cover you. And I'll just add that to my little drawer here of flash drives. I've got them all labeled too, or I've got Windows 10, Windows 11. I need to add Linux in there. Eventually, I'm going to mess around with Linux. I think the Raspberry Pi is going to be my entry to Linux because I've never messed with Linux myself. without it already being on something like, say, the Steam Deck. I know that's a distro of Linux. Which, by the way, that's not fully optimized yet. I had hell with that Steam Deck. Like, we eventually ended up sending it back. I threw in the towel and took it to a Tech Pro shop in Longview, and they couldn't even fix it. So the power button wasn't responding right, and I, for whatever reason, would not let me flash the OS onto the system. So I felt a little better that the Tech Pros couldn't handle it either, but we sent it back. I think he's looking at getting one of the new ones that just came out, the ROG Ally, the Xbox one. But this right here I thought was really neat. Me being a butcher, I always have stuff on my phone. Like I have a hard time keeping my phone screen clean. What this does is it sticks to and my phone is actually what I record on, so I can't use it to show you. But my aunt actually just gave me an iPad. She said, I just saw her for the first time in a long time the other day, and she saw that we did the giveaway, the PC giveaway at Christmas. And she was like, I just wanted to let you know I really love that you did that. I'm all for it. And she said, let me know if you do it this year. I for sure want to donate. So that's cool. We're already ahead of the game. We already have somebody to donate a monitor or whatever we might need. But anyway, yeah, she gave me an iPad as well. She was like, yeah, I just wanted you to have this iPad. We don't really use it. This iPad is actually a Kindle. But, you know, still cool of her to give me that because I don't have one. And also could be used on the cruise. But right now, it's going to be a good demo example for this thing since I can't use my phone. And these are supposed to be washable too. Like you can actually take them off and wash them out with water and reuse them, but it sticks to the back of your device. And it's supposed to peel off and on and stay sticky and adhesive. But whenever your screen gets dirty, you just peel it off and just give your screen a good wipe. It's got like a microfiber material, which that will come in clutch big time for me because, you know, I'm a butcher. So like whenever I'm in coolers and stuff like that, the condensation and moisture builds up on my phone, and just if I have my phone up somewhere playing, sometimes it even, you know, gets blood and stuff slung on it, whatever you say. I can't talk. I'm way too caffeinated. But yeah, if those stay on, because I'm kind of skeptical about how well the sticky's gonna work, but $15, you get 2 big ones and 4 little ones. But I'm gonna test drive them for a while, see how they work. But that's like actually invented by a photography company. They were originally intended for like cameras. But I'll try those out and I'll get back to y'all, let you know if they're worth a damn or not. The pegboard that we were talking about, I ordered this for the small one actually will hold 60 pounds, medium will do 75, and the big one will do 100 pounds. We're not putting that type of weight on there, but I just wanted the strap for things like my drill or my hot air gun or something that I want to hang on the pegboard. And again, staying with the red and black theme has been very easy to do. Everything's going to look really good and aesthetically pleasing when I get done. All red and black. I should have came up with a better game plan. Sorry this is taking so long, guys, but I didn't really plan ahead for where I'm going to be grabbing and stacking this stuff as I went through it. A lot of this stuff is also just items I'm repurchasing that I've used in flips before that I just got while they were on sale or cheap, like the ID cooling tower fan. If you need a good tower cooler and you don't want to break the bank, I've used this one I don't know how many times. I can tell you this, we don't need the instructions. Like, I've used it in several builds, but this is the white one. It looks kind of gray in the picture, which scares me, but it is actually white. Like, I have it in black and white, and I use it so much that, like, as soon as I use one, I reorder and get another one. 16 bucks, you can't beat it. It actually does a really good job. It is very cheap, but it doesn't perform like a cheap fan. It does the job, hangs in there with anyone that you would spend 30 or 50 bucks on. I've never used this one in particular, but this is just a Wi-Fi dongle. I usually buy 5 or at least 5 of these at a time. Whenever I do a PC flip, I always include Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Usually they're around 15-20 bucks for a decent one. I need to start looking at AliExpress and Temu. I don't ever mess with either one of those sites. I know there's good deals on there. I could probably get them from cheaper, but to be honest, I just can't stand the whole lottery gambling type theme they have on AliExpress where, you know, spin the reel and you might get something free or whatever. It's like, man, I would honestly use that company way more if they cut all that BS out and I could just look up an item, add it to my cart, the end. I don't want to do all the spin the wheel and play bingo and all that bullshit that, you know, like I just want to order whatever item I'm ordering and get a good price on it and be done. I don't have time for all that, you know, gameplay and crap. And I'm sure you might win something free. I'm sure most of it's gimmicky, but either way, I could do without it, and I would use that a lot more if they would cut all that out. But yeah, again, everything's just kind of boring. Most of this stuff that I have left is just kind of boring. SSD. I actually got this really small one just because it was like $6. It's only 128 gig. I figured I could use it for like really small, super budget builds, or at least just to put an OS on and maybe have a spinning drive for the game library. This is a ARGB hub. I like the ones that come with a remote. That way I don't have to go through telling the customer how to use the software to change their lights, especially if they're, you know, it's their first computer and they're not savvy. That little remote really makes a difference. That way all they got to do is press a button, change the color. You can get those for 11 bucks, I think is what I paid for that one. I wouldn't pay more than 15 because there's several different options out there. Now, I keep up with all the tech news, and according to all the tech news, everybody's saying DDR4, they're about to stop manufacturing. So the prices are about to increase by at least 30 or 40% on DDR4 RAM. Now, you still have the used market, or you can find DDR4 16 gig kits all day, every day, used for $15 to $25. Like, I usually honestly don't, like, I wouldn't pay over 30 bucks for a 16 gig kit of RAM, like, flat out. Like, I have not paid over $30 in as long as I can remember. But matter of fact, both of these were right at 30 bucks. I got this one because I wanted an all black, no RGB. Kind of thinking about doing like a more adult oriented, murdered out build where it doesn't have any lights, just all clean aesthetics. Maybe like a black and wood grain. I've actually used this RAM in the past, and the first time I ever used it, the only time I've used it, the RGB would not work on it. So I'm really hoping that's not the case with this one. Honestly, I don't know why I reordered it, considering I had problems out of the last kit. We shall see. I got a backpack for the cruise. Like, we have normal luggage stuff, and I have a normal like laptop bag, but I wanted like a everyday carry bag. This is actually Swiss Gear, which is really good brand. I got it on sale for 40 bucks. They're usually $89.99, but it's got a nice little laptop compartment. The main problem with the laptop compartments on bags is they're never big enough. Like my wife's laptop, which is my old laptop, has a 17-inch screen, and then mine has a 16-inch screen. Most of these laptop bags are made for like 13 or 14 inches, which is not going to get it. But yeah, plenty of pockets for your tech that are cushioned and don't have to worry about your stuff getting smashed. I thought I had a pocket for a tablet as well. Oh, I do. Got 3 different pockets. I got another one for a tablet here. But really nice bag. I haven't bought a backpack possibly ever. I haven't had one since I was in school, other than like a laptop bag. But it's crazy nowadays. They're doing the whole USB port for a power bank to be inside of it. Like almost every bag had it. Even me being a techie, I was like, yeah, I don't need that. It just seems really gimmicky. But every time I turn around, I'm finding another clip or another pouch or something. This is just, I don't know, I was impressed. I think it's a really nice bag. But even after the cruise, like, I'm probably going to use this just for my everyday carry bag instead of my laptop bag. But yeah, super comfortable, good padding, breathable. My wife has the classic Jan Sport bag, and then we got our normal luggage. But I thought about it, and again, I'm trying to make the most of this cruise, bringing my own stuff with me to entertain myself in the room if I have to. I really didn't want to have to argue or fight with her about, what, tech or stuff I'm trying to bring along. She's not concerned about it. She is totally anti-gaming, anti-tech. So I could see it now. I'd be like, no, we don't have room for that. Why are you bringing a laptop? We're on vacation. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to get my own bag, cut all that out. This was actually another really good deal. This is usually $89.99. I got it for $46. But it's a full-on soldering station. And guys, I couldn't wait anymore. I actually have like at least 4 more items coming in the mail, but I couldn't wait anymore. The stack was building up. I was like, man, I really want to make a video and unbox some of this stuff so I can check it out. But that's a soldering station, full soldering station with the hot air gun, soldering iron, all the tips. Even came with a little soldering mat, which we're not going to use that. It's janky. And we're going to order one in red or black, of course. But yeah, I do not know how to solder at all. But I ordered some practice boards that were like $7 or $8, and they come with like little modules and chips, like little fake ones you can use to practice with. So I'm gonna try to learn how to do all that. I'm not trying to do any crazy engineering or anything like that. I would just like to be able to, if a capacitor's bulging or something, I'd like to be able to do just basic, easy soldering type stuff. The only thing I need now is one of those fume fans, whatever you call them, that suck up all the bad fumes where you're not breathing that shit. Yeah, this is like a holder for your soldering iron and a little cleaning sponge. This would be like everything you need. Running out of space to put things. I'm really gonna have to take a step back and figure out how I'm gonna configure my whole work area. But again, I know this video is dragging out. Man, it's like Christmas. I ordered so much stuff and I'm just so excited. Honestly, I'm more excited about my workbench side than I am my computer build and my new monitors and stuff, like, which is crazy because I spent so much money on my PC and got a quantum OLED 34-inch curved monitor, and I'm more excited about the stuff to tinker with. This is the one we've really been waiting on. This is insanity, man. I can't believe I spent this money. Like, it's a lot of money for a screwdriver, but I've got the original LTT screwdriver, which the original orange and black. So I don't even know why I ordered this. I actually didn't need it, but this is one of those things where I would never spend $69.99 on a screwdriver. That sounds crazy, right? So I would ask for it for a gift. That's what I usually do. I've talked about this before. Anything under $100 is, I don't like to ask for more than that for a gift, even though my wife will, I'll spend $200 or $300 on a gift for her. But I try to keep it low, and this is a good item that I wouldn't spend the money on it, but I'll take it as a gift, That way I don't feel like I spent $70 on a screwdriver. But once I received this and started using it, man, this is not a gimmick. These screwdrivers really are, like, they really are top notch. It's not like a fanboy thing, or they're not, you see like every tech content creator has these screwdrivers, and they're not being paid, or, well, some of them might be. They really are just a badass screwdriver. Like, you can't, like, I could tell you all day long, but you have to use it for yourself. The ratcheting, I've never had a ratcheting screwdriver. Like, I like that better than I do the electric. I feel like I have more control. Oh, I got some stickers. That's pretty cool. You guys know I like my stickers. I actually have more packages coming from them. I ordered a insulated water bottle to go with my backpack for the trip. Trust me, bro, guarantee. That's awesome. An old school computer. I guess that's supposed to be like float plane or something. Looks like a plane. LTT. Soon. I watch LTT all the time, but I still don't get the reference on some of these. Hot takes. Something eggshell interior paint. I don't really get the reference on that one. LTTstore.com. Man, it actually got quite a few really cool stickers. That's the LTT building, I guess. Tech tip. Actually didn't expect to get that many cool stickers. Whenever I ordered the water bottle, and they had their cable management stuff on sale, which I'm planning on my cable management being top notch this go around. I got all the magnetic cable management kits from them, which their stuff's usually really expensive, but they had them marked down to $10 for the starter kit instead of 25. So I ordered those, the arches, and the cable ties, the water bottle, and man, I couldn't help it. I had to try my luck. They had the mystery pack screwdriver for $20 off, so $50, and one of them's red and black, so I had to take a swing at it. If I don't get the red and black, I'll probably use it for a gift. But when they came out with the transparent one, I had to get it, man. So this one is the transparent screwdriver and the stubby screwdriver. They do a good job on packaging. Very nice box. I got the stubby in all black. Unfortunately, they don't do the black shafts anymore. They found that it rubbed off anyway, so you might as well just get silver. Wow, it feels like way lighter than the other one. Given I don't have any bits in this one yet, but still, feels quite a bit lighter. Man, just a fun fidget toy. That is super cool, though. You can actually see the ratcheting mechanism and all that. Awesome. And the stubby. Figured it wouldn't hurt to have two because I kind of want to have one in my everyday carry bag. Which once I get my bag kitted out, I'll probably do. I see everybody's doing a everyday carry video on, like, I'll put one together on stuff I keep in my bag. So this one's cut down. Obviously, it's a stubby. You can only hold 6 bits instead of the 12. But man, that thing is perfect for everyday carry. It's actually smaller than I thought it was going to be. That's what she said. But I think that's everything, guys. Like, I know this video has been super long, but I had a lot to cover. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. If you made it this far, then that's awesome. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want to. If not, I understand. There's a lot of really good creators out there. I'm not necessarily one of them, but hey, we're getting there. Peace. Me and Axel love you. Tell him bye, Axel. Deuces.